Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie Chun, and I'm back with episode number 2 of this 3-part series, Decisions Are Never Black and White. This is featuring Coach Ken. He is the producer of this project, and you can find it on Tubi. And the next episode is called Twisted Roots. Let's get into it. So this is Carla Brown. She is a 34-year-old newly married woman, and she says she really wishes this is all she had to come to him for. So she said she had a loving family. She compared them to the Huxtables. Her mother worked on the school board, but she came home and cooked a meal every night. Her father is a retired military veteran, and he is now a minister in the city. And she said they are a pillar in their community. So, child, she in here starting the conversation. She said she was telling her daughter Carla about this crazy tale Tasha, who down there at the church sleeping with everybody. The minister said, look, we can't judge these people. We got to pray for everybody. Then she said, she better not mess with mine because I go up for mine. And he said, you ain't always been saved. She said, I know that's right. So then he said, it sounds like a crazy rumor to him, right? How about that, baby girl? Because that could not even be happening. You know how people talk in the church? So Carla had a really, really good foundation of what a family should look like, what a husband and wife should look like. So she knew exactly what she wanted. So now she's in college and she's just trying to figure it out. So she said she wasn't really worried about relationships because she was raised and she has a lot of self-esteem. So that's not a problem in that department. She talked to some horrible guys, but she knew how to get out of the relationship. But she's here in college and her coworkers inviting her to her house. So Carla really doesn't want to go because she's like, I'm a homebody. Girl, I don't need to be out. I got stuff to do. I'm cool. I'm folding my clothes. So she's trying to get Carla out of the house. She was like, you're too young. We're too turned for you to be cooped up in the house. Carla told me she's trying to go to sleep so she can go to work and pay her rent. Girl, you got plenty of time for that. So finally, Carla agrees to go. She calls her mother and she's, to tell her, this girl just invited me to a party. Basically, I think she was calling to see if she could go. So, child, she didn't call her mama. Now, her mother is getting a massage, as you can see. But she didn't call her mama and said that this lady has invited me to her home. She's my coworker. Doesn't that seem strange? She was like, Carla, why do you stay in the house? Don't you find that to be strange? She was like, girl, you are so lame, just like your daddy. So her mother convinced her to go, right? She was like, if I don't have a good time, I'm going to blame it on you. Then when the mother gets off the phone with her, she tells the masseuse, like, that was my baby. He said, I know it's your baby because only one person makes you smile like that, but maybe two. Who's this man, Hoppo? So, child, the kickback is in full effect, okay? They drinking everywhere. They got party. They talking. It's a chill vibe. So then Carla comes in. Her coworker hugs her. She's happy to see her. They have a seat. So she's telling her, I'm so glad you decided to come. And Carla's really not paying attention because she's looking at this guy across the way. So her coworker's like, girl, I get it. Let me get out of here. So Carla and Devin have got to this part of the same way by being called by old girl to tell them that they are too turned at this point in their life and they need to get out of the house. But then as they further have a conversation, they realize we like a cool, chill vibe. So you want to go outside and talk? Let's go outside. So they get outside and she finally introduces herself. She lets him know her name is Carla. And then she's like, I hope you don't find this weird, but you just kind of remind me of my dad. He was like, what? I'm trying to make you my lady and you telling me I remind you of your dad? She was like, not in a bad way. And I'm sorry if that is offensive, but it's just comfortable talking to you. Child. So she asked about his family. He said he didn't know his father. His parents passed away. He knew his mother for a short time. He was raised by his grandparents. And when his grandparents passed, he was by himself. So that was a really sad story. But they kept talking. So, child, at this point, they've been together a year. They've gone through some ups and downs. But he has not yet met her mother and father. So at this point, he has come into the bathroom. She's getting ready to go to bed. He's like, hey, babe, I really want to talk to you real quick. Child, he done got on his knee and proposed marriage, and she accepted. But there was one thing. He was like, can you promise me one thing, that we don't have a big wedding? Can we just go to the justice of the peace, and then we can have anybody you want at the reception? He said, because it'll be like me by myself getting married to you in front of strangers. He said, because I have no family. She was like, you better be glad I love you. Because as a daddy's girl, your dad wants to walk you down the aisle. So they went to the justice of the peace and they got married. Honey, so they got married a month after that conversation. A month after they were engaged. She didn't tell her mother until 3 weeks later. She was nervous because she knew her mom was going to tell her dad, and she did not want her dad to be mad at her because the dream was to walk his daughter down the aisle. And she is a daddy's girl. Child, so the reason she's sitting over here looking like she's sucking on lemons is because Carter sat down trying to have him a little drink in peace. She calling him. He's like, what do you want? I ain't got time for your mess. She was like, it ain't about me. It's about our daughter. She's been married for 3 months. He's like, you know what? You would do anything to try to get my attention. I don't have time for it right now. She was like, look, here it goes. She called me and she just told me that. And she said, luckily, I don't need your attention because I get my attention from somewhere else, just like you do. Baby, the pastor almost lost his stuff. Then he tells her to invite their daughter to his appreciation at church Sunday and have her to bring her husband. She said, yes, sir. Pastor, sir, is there anything else you want me to do? Baby, she tough with it when he got up to go. She is a... she tough with it. So Carla gets to the church with her husband, Devin. She's talking to the deacon. She's asking about her parents. He says, so good to see you. So when she says, Devin, this lady right here comes around the corner, and she's looking real peculiar. Like, why are you looking at us like that? Child, so they sitting in the church. Victory is mine. Like, just going with the hymnals, you know what I'm saying? Then this woman around here looking at him real crazy. Then Carly like, do you know who that woman is? Because she been looking at you crazy. He was like, no, I ain't never seen that woman a day in my life. So, child, they speaking the words over the pastor. We want to welcome our pastor up here to have a few words because we are celebrating him on this day. Child, so this lady done jumped up because the deacon sit up here how loving the pastor is and the first lady and everybody. She said, I can't take this no more. With all this lying going on in the church, we gonna find out today. So then the deacon said, not now, Tasha. You need to sit down. We're not about to go through this. Tasha said, First lady, you need to know everything it is that you need to know about your husband. Y'all hold on to the deacon. So y'all know Tasha is who we were talking to at the beginning of this review. She said, so what you gonna do is bring our son in here and flaunt him in front of my face and call me a crazy lady? Your son... Baby, she told the deacon, she was like, I was trying to tell you what was going on, but you were so busy with the first lady, you was too busy to listen. Hold on. Look at the first lady face. Why does she look like that? Because, baby, she is freaking the deacon. And Tasha knew all about it. So now all her business is out in the church streets and all her husband's business. Now they done flash back to when he was trying to mess with Tasha and tell Tasha that it's a wonderful thing to be a mother because I love my daughter and this is a wonderful thing for a woman to do. And then he sat down and says, is there anything that I can do for you? So she was like, he was the one getting me ready to have this baby. And guess what? And baby, so the first lady sitting over here looking like she's all confused. She said, don't be looking like that, you hussy, because you know what you made me do. Because she said he made her give up her baby. Baby, so in the flashback, we find out that he told his wife that Tasha was pregnant by him. This is Tasha telling him that he cannot have the baby. You will not embarrass me in these streets or this church. He said, I'll take care of it. Child, so Tasha went and dropped her baby off in front of this building. I don't know what the building is, but she had to drop the baby off. This lady came and picked the baby up and said, come with me. And this is who raised Tasha's child until the moment that he done walked in his church and saw his mama. So this is the face that the preacher was making when he had a scarf around her throat telling her she gonna have to get rid of that baby. And that's why she dropped the baby off. And she put that scarf around the baby's neck when she dropped him off. Now he's sitting here talking about that is not my son. That's a grown man. And then he said, I thought you said you got rid of the baby. Now she looking crazy. He looking crazy. And Tasha said, come here, boy. She said a mother knows her son. Child, the wife is the sister. Child, it's going to be on World Star after church. And why is Coach Ken looking like this? Now, this baby is 4 weeks pregnant by her half brother. What would you do? Bye, y'all.